I got two hands, I got my mouth, I know how to earn money.
Come sta car? Come sta car? Buongiorno. That's my girl. Yep. You hear those doggies? Where's the doggies? Where's the doggies? A new morning, folks. Oh, what a glorious morning. Oh, what a glorious day. Hey, subscribe. Hey, what are you looking at? What you looking at? Why are you so scratching? You ain't got fleas, I know that. You heard the doggies? Where's the doggies? Where's the doggies? Okay. All right. Why are you always scratching right there? Always scratching right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Does that feel better? Huh? Yeah. Does that feel good? Oh yeah. Oh, dogs get this treatment in my house. Wish somebody would scratch my head. Look at that lovely face. An Oreo cookie here. Like she has a mask. She's a real sweetheart, though, for a dog. She really is. Woke up this morning, looked in the mirror, and I decided, damn, I'm starting to get old. uh, she loves me, too. Nice to be loved, no matter what age you're at. What? What? It's nice to sit here with her daddy. Follows us around. That's one of them. The other one, well, she won't come out unless she has to go, unless she hears a dog. Unusual coloration. Oh, you hear the doggies? You hear the doggies? Those are the German Shepherds up the block. That's exactly what it is. Big old boys. She is. She is. She needs a bath, though. My dogs are really clean, but she's overdue. Overdue. Like that mask around her eyes, the black and white. Reminds you of Seinfeld. Of course, everything reminds you of Seinfeld. You know, the bakery, the black guy in the bakery, and Seinfeld's in the bakery, and they get one of those black and white cookies. And Seinfeld's eating one of them, and the black guy's eating another one. They look at each other, and they kind of cheer each other with the cookie, like brotherhood, I'm white, you're black, unity and all that stuff. That was pretty good. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Oh, me goodness. God, I was waiting for Slim to get into another accident. He spends more time with this extraneous activity. He goes out he's gone all day. He comes up at 10 o'clock p.m. He comes home to his wife, and she's very receptive, gives him a big hug. This is choreographed. I don't know. There's a lot of theories that maybe they're not married and maybe they have an open relationship or something. Who knows? Or it's all for show. Most everything is on YouTube, isn't it? All for show. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's attentive. These are probably the most spoiled dogs in town, I would venture to say. The other one's inside. She didn't want to come out. Instead, I opened the door to my bedroom, and they wait till I get up in the morning. This way they could come in the bedroom. And I don't like to let them in there all the time because, we don't want to clean up any hair. And right now, they're bleeding. It's that time, You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Oh, what a glorious morning. What did I dream about last night? I dreamt something. I look forward to the mornings because it's another day. I'm still alive. Oh my goodness. Yeah, still alive. And proof of that is I'm getting up in the morning. Isn't it glorious? We gotta be more positive. Yeah, she's cute. Slim's wife is cute. She's a bouncing little girl, bouncing. I don't know, she looks so young. Always with the greetings. She's out with a woman all day, or part of the day, and he comes home and she greets him with a big hug, all happy and smiley. But the question is it all an act? I mean, what's really going on? What is the true Hollywood story with this? There's so much choreography going on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so lazy. I don't even feel like making any tea. Whoa, did Frank just say that? Okay. I mean, my sweetie's already awoken. I knew she was in the other room. Open the door. She in here already, Ginger? I thought Ginger was in here already. No, she's in the living room. She's getting older. She gets lazy in the morning. Okay. Why are you in it, Ginger? Why are you in here? Why are you in here? Just the cranky one. Come on. Oh, the boy's up. Let's go to school. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You don't want to go out? No? Up, stretch. She loves her daddy too. She loves her daddy too. Her eye has, it's called hyperpigmentation. She gets it around her eye. Sometimes it gets leathery sometimes. Why are you moaning? Why are you moaning? You love your daddy. So she moans. She's the moaner. It's her way of expressing herself. She's very, very expressive emotionally compared to this guy, her, there. Why, you'd rather be in here? I guess my concern, you got dogs and, they're going to get old like anybody else, It's just a shame that dogs don't live, longer than humans, Yeah. I won't get any other dogs after them. I can't do it. No. Too much emotional thing, I've had, in my lifetime, I've had 8 dogs total. 8 dogs since I was a kid. 8 dogs. And, it's all wonderful until something happens to them. They get sick and die. You're going to put them down or something. That's really hard for me. That's really hard. That's the part I don't like. Yeah. When our other dog died, the mother actually of Ginger died. That was very emotional for me because it was so sudden. I mean, all of a sudden it happened. But she was only 3 years old, and that was the mystery. And we think it was some. It might have been heartworms that went unchecked. See, you could. And we've always give our dogs, the vaccinations and all that. But sometimes, if the heartworms have been there for a while, that the vaccinations they don't work. And I estimate that's probably what happened. All right. Have a good day. Okay. Kids going to school at this hour of the morning. Then the other one doesn't have to go till later, like 12 o'clock. It's crazy. The school hours. Yeah, love dogs, absolutely. But I can't rescue all the dogs. Funny because they came to the gate. I mean, even the mother of Ginger, she was a stray that came to the gate. It was a puppy, very small puppy, very, really bad shape. Anyway, she got pregnant later on, which produced Ginger. Now, when I was in Hawaii, because of the COVID got stuck there, that's when the black and white one here, which is Sal or Sao Sao. I don't know how they came up with that name. I don't know. Maybe because she looked like a little piglet when she was a puppy. I don't know. She came to the gate too. Now, I was in Hawaii, and I said, "Well, what are you going to do with the puppy? You can't just throw him on the street, But what are you going to do? Adopt every single little puppy that comes in the street? I mean, you just can't do that. I'm not running a kennel here. So it's hard. So she took him in. And dog didn't know me for jack shit. So when I came back from Hawaii after a year, that was a long time, more than a year, she was very positively reactive to me because Ginger remembered me. Like most dogs, you're gone for a while. They look at you like, oh, wait, who's it? Oh, they get the sniff of you. And then Ginger was all over me. She was all over me, licking me, moaning, even took a piss. She was so excited. Then Sal, the one that never knew me, she kind of took to me because she was feeding off the vibes of Ginger. So, yeah. Anyway, I like to tell a good story here, but let's see. I don't know. There's no real topic this morning. Not really. Sorry, I'm not going to sit down with a cup of tea right now. Oh boy, did Frank really say that? I got to wait a little bit when I'm up before I have my tea. That's just pure laziness sometimes. I know I'm definitely going to have my tea. I just don't feel like moving right now. Yeah, Slim's wife, she's a cutie. She's I don't understand what she's doing with that creep though. But I want you to understand something. What he does it purposeful. He will do everything that people say they don't like. Okay? It's very purposeful, like with the selfie stick out the window of the car. Even though he had accidents as a result of that, he'll do it just to get your attention and to piss you off and to make you watch him more. because everybody's waiting for him to get into an accident. I know that sounds terrible, but for this guy, well, the thing is, we don't want him to hurt anybody. He's already hurt somebody. But even his wife, on a clip I put on here, she didn't look that happy. You got into another accident? Why are you getting to all these accidents? You go to kill yourself or kill somebody. He'll say, "Oh, but it wasn't my fault. But it wasn't my fault." Oh, it's never his fault. I just hate to see that happen. I don't give a fuck what happens to him. He's a creep. He's like another Vitali, really. I mean, the accent, everything, the height and whatever. He's like another Vitali. And what's happened with Vitali? They don't talk much about that anymore, do they? Yeah, really. But he's an accident waiting to happen. See, it's people like him that should be deemed undesirable in this country, but they don't go after him. No. Somebody has the potential of killing somebody on the road. It's very unusual. He's always meeting up with this young girl, and she's getting pretty close to him, it seems. She'll hold on to his arm, hold hands. And most people, when he's going out to the local stores with this girl, they all think that's his girlfriend or wife or something. And this girl might be getting pretty attached to him. At least that's what it looks like to me. She speaks awfully good English, this girl, too, actually. Yeah. He wants to have it all, I guess. And according to what your relationship is, if it's an open relationship, well, it's between them, really. Travel, learn, repeat says definitely tapping that. She's a beautiful girl. I watched the channel because of the women. Well, that's what most people do, and that's his whole shtick. He's got you doing it. I'll tune in on him just to see if he gets into another accident or something, or does something radically stupid. Yeah, you notice he went to always going to a waterfalls or something with her, and then he'll cut it off completely and he'll be in town somewhere, right? So what's happening in between that time? Is he boning her or what? I mean, what's going on with that? Next thing you know, she's going to get pregnant. How is his so-called wife going to react to that? The adventure continues. And that's the whole purpose. Slim is slick. Okay, the guy is slick. He knows what he's doing for his show. And yes, he does make probably some pretty good money on his show. That's why he could afford, little gifts, his wife, or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever really know the answer to that. And that's the whole purpose. I told you, he's slick. He keeps people thinking, you know, and wondering. And it gets their attention, and it works. I do have to give the guy credit. He's a creep, but I have to give him credit on how he's got people, even myself, tuning in and making people wonder about what's really going on. And some people don't even think he's married, doesn't even think that's even his kid. It's just an arrangement. I'll rent this house. You live here, you clean the house, you do this and that. I bring you gifts. And what self-respecting Filipino's not going to want that? Get a livable house to live in anyway, and hardly any furniture in there. Did you ever notice that? And every time you see the babies in that crawler thing, that walker thing, what does he call the baby? Bubba or something, or Boris? I don't know what the hell. But always at the end, he comes home, and she's over there like rough and ready to with a big smile and give him a kiss and a hug. I don't know. Travel says, you know what? The wife is beautiful, but the girls he's out with are very beautiful. So I'm confused. Well, that's the idea. He wants to keep you confused. That's the point. Yeah, the girl he hangs around with, she's kind of cutesy. I mean, come on. They're usually shy, but you remember one of the episodes, she's walking around in a very skimpy bathing suit when they went to like a hot spring type of thing. And, generally, Filipinos don't dress that skimpily in a bathing suit. She had almost like a thong type of thing. You can see a lot of her ass. Now, unless she's trying to entice him, okay, she just likes teasing American, foreigners. They don't normally wear bathing suits like that. They don't. They're very modest. Most of them out here, very modest. It's my opinion. And this girl is playing a game with him. She's trying to entice him or something. But if he really is married, and that's really his kid, I mean, the more he hangs around with this girl, it's always her. The more of an attachment and a bonding is going to happen. She's obviously bonding to him. She's holding his arm sometimes. There's some kind of a game going on here. He's creating this game for the viewers, or she's creating a game with him too by being scantily dressed in that skimpy little bathing suit that one time. He'll cut the camera off when he goes to the waterfalls. This ain't the Slim Show today. I'm just thinking of something to talk about. Everybody's got their little spiel on YouTube and how to get viewers. Hey, he got me tuning in here and there. So it works. So I guess whatever works, works. You go with it if you're making money and getting subscribers and all that. I just absolutely cannot stand his accent, and you got to really listen to him, though. I don't even know how Filipinos understand it because I'm as an English speaking person, and I mean I'm finding it hard. You got to really listen to him. See, he's got me talking about him, so therefore he's achieving what he's out to achieve. And as I said, I give people credit when it's due. I honestly do. I'm going to sneeze in a second, and I give him credit. Yeah, I got to give the guy credit. But his whole basis of his show is that he's a schmuck. And he's dangerous to the public and perhaps to himself. And but I don't think anybody will ever find out what's the real relationship with his so-called wife. And someone said that the baby looks more Korean than anything. That doesn't look like Slim. That it can't be his kid. So maybe it is an arrangement. It could be an arrangement. No, he wants you to be confused, Travel. And that's the whole purpose. My apologies to my viewers. Lately I've been getting a little bit into politics, but things have been getting a little crazy in this world, and I'm really noticing it more. There's so much shit going on that, I like to be honest about the things I talk about. See, I don't like to stick just to Philippine topics all the time. And I try to really go into more expanded territory, things happening around the world and so forth. And because it really affects all of us. And not many people really think about what's going on. They just, don't even talk about it really. But there's so much going on in the world, and unfortunately, it's not a lot of good. Maybe this thing, it's my voice box. Maybe it's my microphone. Maybe it's, my loudspeaker, going on here and talking about some of the stuff, Jimmy Jam says, I check in on Jim's Asian. It's a train wreck waiting to happen. Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of it. And that's why people tune into certain channels. They're waiting for that train wreck. Like Barry. Barry was always a train wreck. He still is. He's in jail and he's still a train wreck. And I understand that. I understand. It really piques your attention. Yeah. Jim is a complete fuck up, that's for sure. Everybody's got their little shtick. Like we got the pro-life traveler guy. No. No, Ray's Philippines. Ray in the Philippines. And we got this guy, he's from the South, Tennessee or something. It looks like Barry, in a way. And he drinks like Barry. And then he has guests on his show. He's learning how to use, I don't know, a StreamYard or what. He had another guy on there, and all he was doing was drinking. So everything to them is one big party with involving alcohol. So he likes to have guests on his show, or he attracts a lot of drinkers. Anyway, this one's really irrelevant. This guy, huh? Ray in the Philippines reminds me of Barry. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, he's from the South, right? He drinks his bourbon. Yeah, he likes his women, and it's very close. Well, I did a clip of him on here, and it was like a moment we had this Barry expression, like a dumb expression, his mouth open and his eyes wide open. Those two would probably get together real well. It's amazing the similarities between people on YouTube, the vloggers, and such similarities. Again, the denominator is fucking drinking. And I'm sorry I talk about that a lot. I don't have to apologize, but it's just an observation of mine. That's all it really is. It's an observation. I feel compelled to talk about it because it's either obesity or alcohol. And where's Kevin been? Big Kevin. He's been hiding for a while. Does he have complications with his surgery? I don't know. It's supposed to be healing. And for Big Kevin not to pop on, there's something going on with him. But they're all disasters waiting to happen. Whether, again, yes. Whether it's their diet, their obesity, their alcoholism, whatever it is, they all seem to have something in common. There's a common denominator with the majority of these vloggers. It just is. Ricky's been quiet. I think he's on his way back to Asia. Well, I hope he found enough coupons on the floor of the casinos to get a free breakfast. Yeah, he's a walking disaster, that guy. There's no doubt about it. Now, you know the thing about him making out with the lady boy? Let me tell you that, I don't know if you want to call it psychology of this, but let's just say the psychology of this. If he was willing on camera, and I'm not going to blame the alcohol. I mean, shit, if I was drunk off my ass, I know the difference between a lady boy and whatnot. He was so compelled to stick his tongue down that ugly lady boy, in fact, ugly lady boy's throat. Okay, and you know what happened afterwards. And if he was so compelled to do that and actually went through with it, maybe it's something he really likes. And maybe that's what he goes for. Maybe that's the real thing with Ricky. Because, okay, even if it was his first time doing that, now listen, even if it was his first time doing that, it could become a regular routine. Maybe he liked it. So if he can't get a straight woman, he figures, well, a ladyboy will do. Jimmy Jam says, yeah, but Ray doesn't compare to Barry's grifting. Yeah, I guess so. So the big question is, will Barry be out for Christmas? Is that going to happen? Is Popeye going to be in heaven? He's looking so forward to put the Christmas special on. Generally in regards to Barry's third Christmas incarcerated. I think Popeye will be awfully upset because he's been working on a video as we speak. He's been editing. He's been putting some same old shit anyway, same old clips and videos and boring. Waiting for the 24th to come. That's what he plans to put on a video. Well, like I said, the adventure just begins with Barry because I don't know where he's going to be sent to. It's going to be America, but I really don't think he can go straight to Alabama. I'm not sure he's going to do that because as someone looked it up, they said, no, he got 20 years on the child support thing before it kind of like, I don't know, let's just say expires. It's not been no 20 years. And he owes a lot of money, interest, everything on that. I don't see how he can go directly to Alabama. I just don't see how. And there might be some bench warrants out for him too on some other stuff. So the family don't want him. Friends haven't helped him. They're not going to take him in. So that's going to be interesting in itself. Of course he's going to vlog again. He's going to come out with both barrels loaded anti-Frank missiles. And I'm not really going to care. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same, although people would like to see him in the United States. The adventure continues. The adventure will continue because he'll go on, and people want to see what his life is like back in America. I just don't think it's going to be Alabama though, because that's where he owes the child support. He might go to Cambodia to meet Jim. Maybe Jim will be his bodyguard or something, huh? Nah, it doesn't look good for Barry either way. But like I said, you make your bed, you got to sleep in it or lie in it, whatever. And that's all everything comes down to in a nutshell with Barry. I don't think he'll ever change. I don't think it's possible. Some people are capable of change, but I just don't think Barry can. I don't think it's possible that he could change at all. Cambodia and Thailand are fighting. And Jim staying pretty close to the border, isn't he? Maybe a missile hit him or something, huh? Would be that lucky. Maybe he'll have a bottle on him too, and that'll explode and make it even better. Have some fireworks. Jim and Barry, yeah. What a team that would be. No, I think he'd get along with, well, that Ray and Phil. Yeah, Ray, I think he'd get along with Ray. They're both Southerners, and they both drink like a fish. People of likeness, birds of a feather, they, like water seeps, it's, I mean, it's the same shit. They find each other. They just do, Travel, learn, repeats. I find it amusing how Jim thinks Cambodia is way better than the Philippines and even Thailand. He's out of his mind. Well, it's cheap. That's the whole thing. It's cheap. Of course, Jim doesn't have all this money and shit. His mother, and I don't know if the father's alive, but the mother is. The mother's got money. And the house he used to show when he's in Michigan, wherever he lives, it's not his house, it's his mom's house. It's a nice place. They got money, obviously. It's a nice house. Jim tried to pass it off as his house. That was funny. I'm a big contractor. I'm a big... Ah, you're a big full of piece of shit. That's what you are. You ain't shit. He's nothing. Probably was just a laborer or something. I don't know what the fuck. Oh, he's this, he owns that, he owns this, he owns that. Yeah. And I'm a very wealthy man myself, which I'm really not. I wish I was, but I'm really not. Hey man, I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide. Because I'm pretty goddamn straightforward. That's just who I am. If I say something, it goes. It's truth. It's factual. Don't have to make shit up all the time. It doesn't benefit me or my algorithms because I'm not fucking monetized. As simple as that. Simple as that. End of story on that. I'm just a regular guy. No, not Scotty. So what happened to Scotty's friends? He got punched out by somebody? How did that happen? And my lovely is up this morning. Are you listening to Korean drama or Philippine drama this morning?
Korean.
Korean? Yeah. What is with you Filipinos with the fucking Koreans? My goodness. At least watch Philippine drama. Why do you gotta watch Korean drama? I don't know, they love I don't know why. They love Filipinos. They love Koreans, man. Go figure. Okay. Thank you for saying good morning to the lovely, if I say lovely, the very lovely Gilda. And she is. I don't know. I realize it every day I hit the fucking jackpot. I really did. And sometimes I honestly feel I don't deserve her, you know? I'm willing to say that. Not that I'm not a good man. See, you have to know me personally. Never mind what people say about me on fucking YouTube. That's ridiculous. Even remotely believe any of the bullshit that goes on here. Really. Well, some people are very naive and gullible. They just want to be part of the big boys club and wear the big boys pants. You know, I'm on a good roll of happiness. I really am. I just got to get some of this side shit out of the way. A lot. I want to get all this shit over with and move on. It's all I want to do. What fate brings me, but, you know, I just want to move on with certain shit, you know. All this get even stuff, revenge shit, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't know. Because they get more time on their hands to pull shit like that. Now, what I did with Barry, now that was necessary. That was absolutely necessary. I couldn't forgive myself if I didn't take the action that I did. I just couldn't. Well, I certainly, hello Viking. I hope so. I really hope so. You know, maybe I'll be off YouTube for good. Maybe it won't be all talk. Maybe I'll walk the walk, you know. It's just too volatile on here. Oh, don't get me wrong. I love talking to you guys. I have a lot of fun doing shows. I like to get things off my mind. I got sort of a captive audience. Barry's captive. He listens to me. He's very captive. But, it just gets much sometimes. You can't just do a good show and there's always somebody recording you, simulcasting you, putting out false information about you all the time. Well, that's pretty normal on YouTube. Nothing unusual about that. But Jimmy says if they were out to get you, they would have done it a year. I know. Well, they made a really good effort with Barry's girlfriend, that's for damn sure. Of course they, convinced her to do this. Of course she had financial money for a lawyer to do that shit. Although it doesn't really take much to, it doesn't take really much to have a lawyer write up something and make a complaint. There wasn't like a ton of money involved with that. Unless there was something very nefarious going on how they even got that report to get immigration to even consider it. And I think about that sometimes. I said, even my own attorney said, well, pretty much implied, not exact words, but that, how the hell this even went through? He told me pretty straight up. He says, if anything, this is more of a civil complaint, not a complaint for deportation. And there's also other allocations that people don't know as far as the outcome. Because there's a lot of factors here that they have to consider. My age, for one, and they do have to consider this too. My age, the fact that I am responsible for taking care of a Filipina and the home I provided, and that I'm helping raise 2 Filipina children, and they take that all into consideration too. I did a lot of research on that. In my defense, that would be a very critical one too, because they'd be destroying the lives of Filipinas, and they are Filipino people. So how would that benefit deporting me? How would that benefit? They consider age, all that shit. The whole departure is the sucky part, other than they can't hurt you. Well, in fact, even on the whole departure, the visa, the situation, all that, the only thing that has to be paid is not the penalties. It's going to have to be, in a situation like this, administrative, that they'll get you for the normal, whatever. It's not a lot of money every month. The visa fees, and of course you're going to have to do the ECC thing, But it's not. It won't be. It would not be that painful, I've got money to cover that kind of shit, so I don't even think about it. Not really. It's just a goal of what they did, And what's going to happen in the end, I'm not going to reveal anything here, what my plans are. Like I said, either or, I just feel personally that there has to be some recourse on this. Because put yourself in my position. You have no fucking clue where this is going, right? Good or bad. And it's not just my life involved, it's involved, Filipina, my partner, her children. The government has to do what's really best. Even though it's a totally phony report, fabricated, which everybody knows. Everybody knows. Even the trolls know it. But they wish the worst on me, of course. But is there going to be any repercussions for her? Time will tell, won't it? Jimmy says, not that I know anything, but have you considered giving he 5,000 pesos and move, giving him money? What's 5,000 pesos for? 5,000 pesos? 5,000 pesos? The fucker owes me 250,000 pesos. Fuck that shit. There is no leniency for Barry. There's no leniency for Barry. There's just not going to be. There is none. And I have not been lenient with him, and I will never be lenient with him. It's over. It's already done. He pleaded guilty. That's it. He's already got a deportation order. And it's a one-way ticket. He'll never be able to come back in this country again. I think that's ample punishment for him. Ample. That's more than ample. Oh, give her 5,000 pesos? I wouldn't give her shit. I wouldn't give her the fucking time of day. Fuck that shit. And it's really not up to her. It's already gone to immigration. It's already, I don't even think she could even cancel that report. I'm not sure. I'm not even thinking she could even do that. I'm not sure she actually could. I'm not sure. If I was sure about something, I'd say it. I'm not sure about that. It's just a goal of what she fucking did, just to get revenge. I don't think she would have done that normally. Oh, she was absolutely pushed into this. There's no question about it. Don't even have to think about it. She was definitely pushed into doing this. There is no question in my mind whatsoever. Of course she was. There was some kind of enticement going on here somewhere. And it probably has to do with the pesos. Everything involved around money. And you know what? If you do this, it'll be beneficial to you. Oh, I think we could come up with some kind of an arrangement here. Let's just get them. Let's get them. Just like they tried so hard, and Don tried so hard, and whatever, to get Nika to do something against me, but it didn't work. Oh, they tried for 10 years to do something against me, and nothing's ever worked. Because you gotta have a valid reason to do some kind of legal shit against somebody. You gotta have a valid reason. It's gotta be valid. You can't just say, I don't like somebody and do this and that. Although that's what she did, but of course there was coercion involved with this, and of course there was. There had to be. Because I don't think, Jimmy Jam says she's not real sophisticated. She also might want to move on. Well, I wish she would move on. But she may not be able to. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody for sure what I plan to do about this. Obviously, I'm not very happy about this. It's caused a certain amount of stress, not to mention a little bit of money anyway. There's some things some things you could let go, but there's some things that you just can't let go. Because this is serious. Because basically like putting my life on hold. That's exactly what it is. It's become very inconvenient, in better words, but it's more inconvenient than anything else. And of course, it's going to cost me more money because I have to pay, once resolved, I have to pay, the fees, all that shit. So yeah, I'm not a happy camper with all this, as you could tell. Not at all. I absolutely despise the woman. I absolutely despise her. There are no words. I despise her. That she would get sucked into this by some other backers that want to see something happen to me. I absolutely despise the woman. That she would succumb to this shit. Hello, expat. Oh, Jerry, yeah. The money was well spent. Yeah, it was for me. To put Barry away. But as far as his girlfriend is concerned, yeah, I despise her. Because the thing is, all right, sure, she wants to get revenge because of Barry's situation. I get it. But she's not thinking about who else it hurts. She's Filipino. She should have respect for my girlfriend and her children. But she doesn't. All she knows is, well, I got to get even. Of course she was pushed into this. We all know that. We all know that. But, time will tell. Time will tell. And if it came down to a situation I had to leave the country for a little bit, no problem. I've dealt with shit in my life. I deal with anything that's brought on to me. I approach things head on. Because the way my philosophy is what is what is, and you deal with it. I was gone from Gilda for 14 months. We kept in touch. Everything was fine. As long as we had communication. I had no... If I had to see myself in another country for a year or something like that, I write it off as a cultural experience. I get to experience another country. There's a positive to that too. So, I don't know. No, of course I'm not happy about the situation. Obviously not. Neither would you. But you deal with it. That's what you do. Because you don't have a choice. You have to deal with it. And of course, there's other recourse. This thing could drag on for a very long time because, well, Court of Appeals, Secretary of the Board. Yeah, there's options. And I will exercise all of those options. Oh, you know me. You know I will. You know I will. You've been following me. You'll know. As long as no blacklist. Well, no, even a blacklist, it's according. There's permanent and there's other forms of blacklisting. Where you have to wait a year or something or whatever. Let's see. Jimmy says, inconvenient because the dice are in the air. Pay her off and move on. I'm not paying her shit. I'd rather have that shit happen to me than to pay her a fucking peso. She can fuck off. Go suck an imaginary dick, as far as I'm concerned, Fuck her. You imagine that Gilda don't like her. Gilda would like to bitch slap that, let me tell you. Because it doesn't affect me, it affects other people too. Now life is unfair, period. And I can say it's unfair what she's doing, but life is unfair. But, the fact that it affects Filipinos, not just me. It affects my girlfriend, affects her 2 kids. But she's not thinking about that. If she's pro-Filipino because she's a Filipina, then she should understand and respect that. That, I'm not a single guy. I got a family here I'm taking care of, basically. Her and 2 kids. But they don't think about that. They just think about, well, I got to get revenge. But it's not totally her fault. Because she was pushed into this. Absolutely, there's no question about it. 125, 150%. She was pushed into this. Pay her. I wouldn't pay her shit. I would give her a fucking peso. She ain't gonna benefit from me, I'll tell you that. Not one bit. Not from me. Not from me. She's got to live with herself, the good Catholic, She has to live with herself. It's not even a topic matter I wanted to get into this morning, but since we're on it, I'll finish it off. She has to live with herself. The churchgoer. The devout Catholic. Really. Like I always talk about, when people are basically, they don't practice what they preach. Pay her shit. I wouldn't pay her a fucking peso. no matter what. Pay me for the crap you caused me. Pay me, biatch. Pay me. Fuck that shit. Well, she'll pay one way or the other. She'll pay one way or the other. One way or the other, she'll pay. It's not a threat. It's a promise. It's not physical. More like it's going to be legal. Because I can't let this go. I thought about it in my mind. Let it go. Don't do anything against her legal for this. So you don't need any more crap in that department. You've had enough court hearings and all this shit with the boyfriend. But I'm stubborn. I just can't help it. I just can't help it. Putting me through this crap. Having that feeling you don't know if you're coming or going. I mean, that's not healthy. I just don't think I could let her off scot-free. I just don't feel I could let that go. Viking says she knows what she did. As I tell my viewers, I said, put yourself in my situation. What would you do? How would you feel about it? You wouldn't be very happy. By the way, I'm not, I go on my life every single day. I'm not sitting here every day stressing out about it. We're just having a discussion about this, but I'm not, it's just another day for me. I'm not feeling strained every day and stressed every day about this. I don't even think about it. We're doing things behind the scenes here, we are, me and a lawyer, in regards to this matter and handling it, which I'm not going to go into, but, I'm not sitting here stagnant. You just don't hear me talk about it because it's not something I'm going to talk about as far as what's really going on. Time will tell, like I said. Oh, yeah, she knows what she did. Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. We ain't got any good lemons left or anything, Gilda? We don't have any more lemons in here. I gotta check that tree down the block. Huh. Low battery. Oh, I didn't charge this, did I, overnight? Oh yeah, she knows exactly what she did. How she could live with herself, I don't know. All these devout Catholics. All these devout do-gooders. But they all contradict themselves, Yeah, if there's a heaven and hell, I think there's some people that have an RSVP to hell, I'll tell you that. I have no doubt about that. Hopefully there is a hell and a heaven or something because, they got a ticket to ride. They got a ticket. They got a ticket. And they will be judged in that way. All the shit that you did during your life. Mostly people do a lot of counterproductive shit that kind of works against them. Then they find out, oh God, I wish I didn't do this. Now I'm in trouble. But they tried to convince me to do this. I didn't want to do it. But you did it. But you did it. You did it. Now there's consequences. Fuck this shit, man. Shit, I just want to live my fucking life, then die, and just, I just want to live my fucking life. Leave me alone, God damn already. Get a life to these people. Don't make me your life. Go out there and enjoy your life and do something positive. Jeez Louise. But they're not happy generally. And what did they say? She was at the fucking New Star Casino? And what was she doing at the New Star Casino? She got a new man now? She got a new man? Good luck to him. That's all I have to say. Good luck to him if that's the case. I can imagine Barry smashing his head against a wall in jail, knowing if she's cavorting, found a new boyfriend or something. Well, I think her life, she should go on. I mean, I think she should go on with her life. She's got to scratch Barry out because there's no future with him. There's none. He's in jail and continue to be in jail probably when he goes back to America. He's going to have a blacklist and never even come back to the Philippines. So why would you continue a relationship with someone? It's a no-win situation for both of them. Wouldn't you say? Look at 19 watching, not even one thumbs up. And so my so-called followers don't even give me a thumbs up on here. Yeah, I think it was good. Know what I'm going to do at New Year's. You just want to hear all the drama, get all the facts, and that's why you tune in. What's Frank going to talk about today? Oh my. We got to listen in. We got to listen in. Oh, someone got generous and gave me a thumbs up. Oh, isn't that precious? That's why I have more and more reason not to stay on YouTube. Besides it being just a lot of trouble on here and a bunch of less than desirable people that are vloggers on here, a bunch of psychological misfits on here, I'm trying to measure up pro and con, the reasons to stay on or get off. And it's not in the favor of me staying on here. It really isn't. Fucking A, if I was making $5,000 a month on here, shit, I'll put up with anything. Excuse me. I'll put up with any shit that goes on if I was making $5,000 a month doing a show here. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I wouldn't even think about it. I'll handle everything else. The negativity, I've done it for over 10 years with negativity on here. I made $5,000 a month on my show. Fuck that. There's no question. There's no question. No question at all. But that's never going to happen. Okay, not in my lifetime. I was monetized. What did I make? The most I made in 1 month was $200. Then maybe a couple of hundred. You got to make at least 100 to get any money. I don't know where that would have went, but that, as I said, I went to hide the channel and I hit delete, and I couldn't get it back. And I had 13,000 subscribers. What a loss that was. But, oh well. Not that I was going to become rich on my show anyway. Nah, you got to be extreme drama. You have to be. You have to sell your soul to the devil. You have to do things on your show that could potentially get you killed, or you got to use sex as a subject, put Filipinos in there, clickbait, you know, the whole shit, certain infamous guests and so forth, and that's how you get the viewers and subs. I can't succumb to that. I mean, no. Can't bring myself to do that. All right. Any other intellectual statements you want to share on here? If you have any questions for me, ask me some questions. If I can answer them, I will. If I can't, I won't, or just won't, or while I'm still on here. Let's just sum it up and say I will deal with any situation that comes up, like I've dealt with anything else in my life. I always deal with it. I don't run away from something. I will deal with it over here in the lovely Philippines. I'll deal with anything that hits me, and I'll just hit back harder, that's all. I don't know. It's better to be a fly on the wall on here. I think I found more enjoyment the past 3 months that I was off. I found more enjoyment from just listening to everybody battle with each other and have them wonder what happened to Frank. Did he die? Did he get knocked off YouTube? What happened? What happened? It really got them thinking. Oh, the stories they were coming up with. That was fun alone just listening to that. It really was. Kept people in suspense. Something's wrong here because Frank doesn't get off that long. At most, he'll get off for 3 days, maybe a week at best. But he's been off like, I don't know, 3 months. What happened? What happened to him? Did he die? Do we have something to cheer about? It's a good idea to take a break from YouTube. Well, I enjoy the good old days of YouTube, even when the Haters Club was on. It's just it had a different vibe back then. We had Grumpy Dave Phelps, grr, grr, he was always mad, and I used to tease him about that. I love doing that. Dave was the know-it-all. There wasn't anything. The only thing Dave had on me is that he was a music aficionado for sure. Compared to me, I'm not an aficionado of music. I can't tell you the lyrics of a song, the full lyrics. I can't come up with, oh yeah, the year this band got together and blah blah blah, and members of the band. Dave was kind of an aficionado about music. He really liked music. Uh, but he thought he was an aficionado. It was just about everything else you could think about. Mr. Know-It-All, in other words. Geoff. God, I hate that. Jeff, not Geoff. Jeff. Let's see. Scroll down here. I don't get the logic. You enjoy yourself more being off YouTube, but you spend your day on YouTube. No, I don't spend my day on YouTube. Just trying to understand the logic. What I do when I'm not on YouTube is I go on with my life. And if I'm not doing anything in between and decide I want to talk about something, I get on. There's nothing, strange about that. Hey, I'm fucking retired. Okay? I'm not out running a marathon. I'm not skydiving. I live on an island in the middle of nowhere. Not exactly a lot to do in town. Do the mathematics. That'll answer your question. Steve, I'm just a bystander having fun. Steve. You don't get the logic. Well, you won't get the logic of anybody else who's on here because they're spending an awful lot of time doing shows. Most retired expats that are living out here, it's exactly what they're doing. And they've graduated. Usually, sometimes you'd hear someone once a week, once a month. Now they're doing multiple shows a day themselves. Because they're all of a sudden, you never even heard that word algorithms, but it's a popular word now. The old word about their algorithms. They got to make the most money they can, so they find that they have to go on more often. That's a common denominator on here, what they're doing. There's no logic in it. Geoff. Oh, I hate that name. Geoff. Geoff. Come here, Geoff. Jeff. Spell it right. Jeff. Fucking A. Get rid of that name. It's irritating. Travel and Repeat said, even Ricky said you were a legend on YouTube. I most certainly am. Geoff says, do you have any hobbies besides TV and YouTube? Hobbies? Like sewing or knitting or... I exercise. If you want to call that a hobby, I don't know. I exercise. I do light weights. And other than that, I have a little family here to support that I spend time with. I'm not on 24/7 in the sense that, I sign on and hours later I'm still on. If that's what you're implying, Geoff. Well, it should be spelt right. When someone calls your name, do they say Jeff or do they call you Geoff? Get rid of that name. It's embarrassing. Change it to what it's supposed to be. It's Jeff. I guess that's a British connotation or something on there. I don't know. Like, just like Stefan, which is Steven. Call yourself fucking Steven, not Stefan. Where does that shit come from? Why can't people be direct? If you're Jeff, you're Jeff. If you're Steven, you're Steven. What's this Stefan? Yeah, well, Australians, fucking Australians are out of their fucking mind to begin with. They know how to talk to begin with. What do you call yourself? Do you call yourself Geoff? Or do you refer yourself as Jeff? Which is it? Geoff, come here, Geoff. That's irritating. I've got my pet peeves, and that's one of them. God, in fact, I gotta get rid of you. I can't even look at your name, Geoff, on here. Sorry, I gotta hide you on here. It gives me a visceral feeling. Come on with your real name, Jeff, and spell it the right way. And if you're Steven, spell it the right way, not Stefan. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. That's my pet peeve. Gotta admit it. I'll let the cat out of the bag. That's a pet peeve of mine. Spelling and pronunciations of a common name. Yeah, I'm really reactive to that. I'm not shitting you, man. That's irritating. Geoff. What kind of a fucking name is Geoff? If your name is Steven, don't call yourself Stefan. Redo your name. Change your name to what it should be. Steven. The worst one is Geoff, other than Stefan. I knew a guy named Stefan when I was back in college. Stefan. Just a pet peeve, man. We all got a pet peeve of something. That's one of mine. Pronounce your name right. Spell it right. Maybe that was your given name at birth, but you could have had your parents change it. You could have changed it yourself. Geoff, let's go to the movies, Geoff. That's worse than Stefan. To me, anyway. Anyway, I gotta figure out what to eat this morning. Not sure what I want to have. Waiting for my green tea to cool off. I didn't put anything in it. Well, I ran out of lemons. That would be the first thing I would have put in the damn thing. I got my turmeric and ginger to put in there. I guess I could do that. But anyway, we talked about quite a bit of things on here this morning. Oh, you know how I feel about that one situation, that's for sure. And if you don't know, you know now. I despise the woman. I absolutely despise her. What she's doing is absolutely fucking wrong just to please other people. Or just for enactment of revenge. She's not thinking about beyond me. She's not thinking about my family and all that. Am I that worried that would even happen? I think I'm more on the positive side of that for various reasons. But it's just a wait and see. We're doing our own things here to make sure that doesn't happen. But even if it does, there's two levels of court that we could address on this. It was just lag it on for a while. But that's when my paperwork goes in. He's already been retained for this. Already been retained. I don't have to worry about that part except future paperwork. or showing up in court or something. You have to pay for that. But I'm willing to go all the way. I'll go for broke if I have to. Because I'm a highly principled motherfucker. I am so highly principled you wouldn't even believe it. You'd have to know me personally to know that. If you did know me personally, you would know that how principled I actually am. I don't like people taking advantage of me in any way or form. No, I don't. I don't like people attacking my family. If you knew what goes on through my head with some people on here, you'd be scared. You have no idea. I remember everything that everybody's ever said about me and or my family, living or dead. Believe me, I got a photographic memory for at least that kind of stuff. Maybe I can't remember lyrics to a song all the time. I've never been good at that. But I tell you what, I got a photographic memory for every bastard on here that said anything that really shouldn't have been said or implied or alleged or whatever, or action taken. There's nothing wrong with my memory on that. And while I'm still alive, I might just deal with it. I just do it in my own quiet, coy way.
Remember, real love is not based on romance, candlelight dinners, and walks along the beach. It is based on respect, compromise, and trust.
History got demolished, not renovated, demolished, completely torn down, gone, just like that. Construction equipment was smashing into windows, bulldozers were tearing apart the facade, and photos of this destruction went viral. Why? Because Trump wanted to build a ballroom. A place for fancy people to have fancy parties. And to do it, he had to destroy a historic part of the White House that belonged to the American people. He didn't ask Congress. He didn't go through the proper approval process. He just did it. He demolished it while America was in a government shutdown. Think about that for a second. American soldiers weren't getting paid. Federal workers were going without income. The government was shut down because Congress couldn't agree on a budget. And Trump was over at the White House saying, you know what we need to do? Demolish a historic building and build me a ballroom. The priorities are absolutely insane. Now, let me
Boy, am I in the best mood. Probably the best mood there's ever been.
Why so happy, sir? Have you torn more immigrant families apart?
I do that every day. I'm happy because today's the day I received the Nobel Peace Prize.
But you can't be sure you'll win, Mr. President.
Of course I'll win. I've ended 7 wars, including Israel, Gaza, India, Pakistan, Armenia, as a BB, as a boo-boo-boo, as a buy one, get one free. Alien versus Predator, fine people on both sides. And the Gallaghers. That was the toughest one.
It's gonna look real swell in your trophy cabinet, sir.
Damn right it will, along with my Trump Tower Employee of the Month award. Undefeated. The UN Security Council least improved, because I don't need to improve. Fat Mix Smoke Shack Speed Eating Runner-Up 1989. Still digesting it. So much meat. And of course, Melania.
Fuck you, asshole.
I love you too, baby.
I'm sorry, I made that mistake again. Oy vey! Okay, what I said was that we're live and we got an upload on here. It's one of the funniest things I've seen on Trump. You gotta check it out. It's uploading right now, so after the show. Hello, sir. After this show, go back and see one of my uploads. Funniest thing on Trump ever. I guess he didn't win certainly didn't win no humanitarian awards, but he was trying to get the Nobel Peace Prize. He said, I stopped 8 wars. Watch it. It's just funny than shit. It's funny than shit. Oh, sorry. A little bit sweet here. I didn't change my shirt. But I just went for a trim, and we went out for lunch. Guess what I had? Take a wild guess. Chicken Parmesan, of course. So I had to take the lady out for lunch there. She ordered the same thing, because she likes it too. Could have ordered anything on the menu, but we both decided chicken Parmesan. Now, what you see, a dude that's over 71 years old. I'm not all fucking silver-haired out and grizzly and looking like I'm ready to, croak any moment. I'm vibrant. I got a lot of energy. I still got my health. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, look around on here. Look at fucking Paul in the Philippines. Look at these people on here, man. Look like they're ready to death turned over, for God's sakes. No just for men. No, this is el natural, au natural. No coloring in this hair. I still got a lot of my dark blonde mixed in with some silver. Perfecto mundo. Perfecto mundo. How's that for fucking 71 years old? And I'm no goddamn Arnold Schwarzenegger, my friend. I never will be. But I'll tell you what. Something's better than nothing. I look at these people on here, they got a belly from here to eternity. From here to eternity, I tell you. Needs their own fucking zip code. Fuck. I'm not Mr. Muscle Man, but I work out a little bit. You know, I try to do some good things for myself. I got a little bit of something here. There's something better than fucking nothing, right? It could sag the other way, you know what I'm saying? Look at most of these fucking vloggers on here. What do you see? They're fucking has-been, worn out. They got that death look in their face, like they're ready to go off any fucking moment. Now, we come on here, we're real. Her, I say, her, Dave Phelps. Famous for that. Hey, I'm not getting any younger, but I'll tell you what. I don't look like 30-year-old, I'll tell you that. I know that. I don't even look 40, I don't even look 50, but I'll tell you what. I'm doing a hell of a lot better than most of these clowns on here. There's no doubt about it. You know, I got it all down. When Mother Nature says it's time to go, I go. But I never go out without a fight, and if you don't know me by now, you never will. Hey, au natural, baby, au natural. Au natural. Nothing to see, folks. Go back to your homes, nothing to see. Just me. I'm not hiding anything with this hair color. And sure, I could go get my Just for Men out and do it again. We're going to hold off this time. Second haircut in 2 weeks, man. In 2 fucking weeks. Hello, how are you? Ever been to Hawaii? Look, I gotta turn this fan on. I mean, you see what some of these YouTubers look like on here? And some of them are radically younger than me. Look at Jim. Jim's Gasian Adventures, or Adventures and Gasia with Jim. Christ, the guy's 54 years old. 54 years old. He looks like he's about 68. Been taking steroids for 20 freaking years, man. Shit, my hair grows back in 2 weeks. It's like, what the fuck? Like, no steroids, no testosterone. I'm not taking any of that shit. You know? Look, I've seen worse. And, I might have even seen better too, but very little of that on YouTube, I have to tell you that much. Yeah. Nothing too good on here. Some people age differently than others, I guess. It's in the genetics or something, I don't know. Now remember, I'm saying I don't look like I'm 30 years old. I'm an aging man. We all are. Face it. Whether you like it or not. We're all getting older. But at least I'm keeping myself together. There's energy and spunk in my voice. I project myself to my people. I tell the truth on my channel. I don't hide the truth. I present what's real. That's what my channel's all about. Reality. Not fantasy, not delusion, even occlusion. But we bring the action to you. Anyway, that's what I did this morning. If you really need to know, yeah, we had lunch. Chicken Parmesan, of course. For me and the lady. Went over there, got a little trim, This guy said, why don't you put your hair, he had this big freaking thing coming down my chest. What? That's too gay looking. Well, he was gay, so, you know. Nice guy, his name is John. And I use him all the time. He sees me like, even more so. My hair is even growing back faster as I get older. Can you figure that? It's faster. So 2 weeks ago, and this is the shortest I've had it. Look at the size. The shortest I've had it in a long time. The shortest. Now, if he had his way, he'd cut everything down to the scalp over here. This is the original deal. That's it. Anyway, do I see who's on here today? We just came back. Oh, watch that short on Trump. It's worthwhile. And hello, John Alvin's Salvador. John Alvin Salvador. Where you from, El Salvador? Where you from? Okay, well, hello to you, sir. And we got Bush Rackamow, whatever that means. I don't know. Please subscribe anyway. What do you got to lose? And no, we're not monetized here. One of the few channels on here that are not monetized. We don't care about the fucking money. We're not starving. We're definitely going to have a meal tonight to eat. My shows are not dependent on monetization. They're dependent on fun, entertainment, factoids, and even rheumatoids. But we don't have time for that. I'm getting too old. I don't have time for the bullshit. I mean, I get a lot of bullshit, but I don't have time to put out bullshit on here. So how's everybody doing today? Oh, you have an Arab name. Well, welcome. You're an Arab? Well, you're welcome on my show. It's a non-denominational show here, man. And I'm one of the few drinkers on here. What'd I say? A few drinkers? I don't drink. Slip of tongue. One of the few non-drinkers on here. And if you ever listened to me before, I just have a lot of fun with the amazing amount of people who are alcoholics here on YouTube. I don't know what the what's the common factor with this, what they all got in common, why they drink, why so many YouTubers drink, why there's so many obese YouTubers. Fuck, where the hell am I obese? Where the hell am I obese? Where the hell am I obese? I could lose an inch in the tummy. Where am I obese? My chest comes further out than my stomach. There you go. Looking good! Well, I think so anyway. If you don't agree, that's okay. But just shop around on here and go look at the clowns we have on here and go see what they're looking like. Then you might agree with me. Okay. Pardon me. Yeah. And I shouldn't really apologize for it about talking about obesity and drunkenness because it's really a plague in all the countries, really. And you're seeing countries like India that normally don't have a lot of obese people, but with the influx of fast food and change of diets and all that, more and more people from India are getting quite obese. You probably say, well, how is that even possible? Because there's so much famine in India, the population, is so intense. Well, they're eating something apparently, and they're eating a lot of it, or they're just eating the wrong foods, and maybe a lot of fast foods, and that's killing society. It's killing society. But I don't go along with that train of thought as I get older. I really don't want any other complications. Well, drinking is one thing I got out of the way anyway, but I still continue my regimen of supplements every single day. I make sure I get a lot of fiber, protein, enough carbs, antioxidant type of supplements every single day. For over 40 years I've been doing this, over 40 years. So, put it this way, I made it this long, this far at my age. I hope to be around a lot longer. Whatever Mother Nature wants to do, really, but so far so good. And I'm certainly doing a lot better than most people on here. Not others, I'm not trying to sound arrogant at all. I'm just stating the facts of the Philippines YouTube genre. Just look around and tell me if I'm lying. Go check out some of the popular channels on here. They're all losing their hair. And one thing I don't have a problem with is hair. I definitely never be bald in my lifetime. If I'm the age that I am now, I'm not going bald anytime soon. Unless I was on chemotherapy or radiation or some shit like that, which I hope I never will have to be. I probably wouldn't be on it anyway. Okay, so, dialogue, folks, or else I get off here. I know I'm on at a really funky time right now. But I thought I'd pop on after my lunch, and I think we're going to watch a couple of movies here today. I think so. I want to relax. I've been running around all morning. Things to do, places to go, people to see. Hey, there you go. There. There's no hair, just for men hair color in my hair. I'm over 71. Look around. Go see some of the hosts of the shows on here in the Philippines genre and otherwise. They're all losing their hair, they're balding, they got bellies from here to eternity. They're in bad health. They're silver as a fox. I guess I've been doing something right. Besides of being so accused of doing so much wrong. No, that's not bad. My hair's not all, I have some silver in there, but my natural dark blonde is in there too, so it's been working out real well. Even the guy I get my hair cut from for years said, how do your hair grow so fast? He goes, oh, that's right, you've been taking all those vitamins, right? I said, yeah, I've been taking them for years. Taking them for years, man. Still alive, I must be doing something. My eyes, well, they got some bags, a little bit on bags on there. It's not why I wear glasses, I got very sensitive eyes. It's for glare and other stuff, and I got allergies. I wear them outside, and if I'm with the glare of a computer or a screen, sometimes I put them on. I don't always wear the glasses. It's not a fashion statement either. I don't even like my glasses. Yeah. But nevertheless, I'm alive. That's all that matters. And I'm doing better than most people on here. We've lost so many people on here, but it turns out that the trolls the people that we lost on here, they were all trolls, and they were causing nothing but bad in the community here. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. How many people have passed on? Some deserving. You might say, well, why does anybody deserve to die? Well, there's such hatred people out here that serve no purpose on this earth. They don't serve a purpose to themselves. They don't serve a purpose to anybody. They never accomplish anything in their life, and I do mean anything. They just come on here and cause trouble for people, try to get people in trouble, spread lies, make false allegations. That's their life. They're very lonely people. Very lonely people. All the lonely people, why do they all come on YouTube? So they don't have to be lonely anymore. They think they got friends on here. Far from. They're not their friends. Nobody's got friends on YouTube. They want to see the drama. They want to see the young ladies of the Philippines. Remember, it's the same crowd that's got their underwear down to their knees every time they watch a local show that has a Filipina on it. You know the type. The ones that can't get a woman, even if they paid for them. It gets that bad, even if they put out money, they want nothing to do with them. These are people that came here and tried, and they just couldn't succeed. They made excuses. Well, I was just here on vacation. I didn't come here to live. What they're really saying is, man, I can't make it here. I can't make it in another country. I'm a fucking loser. And yeah, there you go. No, I'm not married. But I do have a partner of coming on 10 years in February of this coming year. It'll be 10 years I'm together. One woman, I don't need more than one. We live here, we bought a house. I have 2 children, not from her, not from me, that I'm raising. We got a decent house. And we are happy as can be. And still together in all kinds of weather. Thick or thin, wealth or poor, we're still together. How about that? In other words, I got a lot more going on for me than most people out here. Oh, sure, I'm attacked all the time because, well, come on. Look at me, look at them, look at their life, look at mine. It's a solid relationship, got a house, We're living where we want to live. So forth and so on. There you go. Because she's already married. She hasn't been together with a husband for 13 years. They're separated. Favorite rainy day activity? Talking to you. No, I watch movies. Bueno Cano. Bueno Cano. What's going on, man? What's going on? Guys are very curious about our relationship situation. Duh, that's been gone over so many times. Don't need to go back there again. Fact is, we're together, all that matters. Bueno Cano. Yeah, we had lunch, me and the Gilda. Chicken parmesan, of course. And I got a hair trim. It was 2 weeks ago I had a hair trim already, cut. 2 weeks later, it's growing back like crazy. Must be those vitamins. Even he said that. And as I said, this is the natural color. Excuse me, it ain't brushed back. Pardon me, but it's not brushed back. But this is the normal color of my hair without any just for men that the men use all the time for hair coloring. There's nothing in there. Hasn't been anything there for a month and a half, 2 months. So what you see is what you get. I'm not all silvered out like Paul in the Philippines and all these grizzly looking bastards out there and the ones that don't even have hair. Don't even have hair. Even got my teeth, you know. But they say I don't have any teeth, they're all gnarly, you know. They're not gnarly. They're capped. Spent a lot of money. Bueno Cano. Nothing much, pal. How's everything in your island? It's all good, man. Pardon me, you have to follow me out of here, okay? I hate sitting in one spot for any length of time. That's just, you know. I told you, I got all this energy at my age. I got a lot of energy. Shit, I could light up a whole block with electricity with my energy if I found a way to harness it. However, usually about, I don't know. Well, generally about 2 in the afternoon I burn out unless I've been active. I guess it's old age or whatever, I don't know, or the antihistamines I sometimes take. But I got more energy than most people. When I walk, if you saw me walking down the street here in Cebu, whatever, you'd see that I'm a fast walker. I've got a lot of energy. I walk faster than my girlfriend and she's 20 years younger than me. Go figure. Do. Now you can see it in the daylight. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. You see me all gray like a fox? There's gray in there, but it's still mixed in with my dark blonde, my natural color. Take a look. This is natural lighting, man. Yeah. Okay, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be on camera while I smoke because I think it's rude. I think a lot of people do that. Nobody wants to watch somebody smoking. Although they complain about me eating on camera. They want to hear me eating. But they want the show to go on, so I eat. Can't please everybody, man. So you gotta kind of please yourself. Got a lot of things done. Had to do a Gcash today. Send out some money for a very important purpose. And all's good, man. There's Clint Anson. In Australia, well, chicken parmesan, Parma. Yeah, you could. Or Parm, depending on, yeah. Parm is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Well, you know, there's really not much in these restaurants here that I really, really like. To be honest, a salad here and there, you know. And I'm not a seafood lover, and I don't eat pork, so, you know, I'm kind of limited. But one of the restaurants I go to, and there's another one too on the ocean that I go to that makes a pretty good chicken parmesan. They give you more though. They give you a lot more than the restaurant I just came back from. A lot more. In fact, you know what I do is they basically give, it's a really large piece of Parma, right? So what I do is, you know, I order the big slices of toast. I mean, it is chock full of garlic, chunks of garlic, which is healthy. Not good for your breath, but. So what I do is I cut that in half because it's a big piece. And I'm famous for making sandwiches out of chicken parmesan. So that's exactly what I do. And I saved the other piece with the other garlic toast, and I'll save that for tonight. I might put some vegetables around it, whatever. Yeah. So I make it work for me. Christmas is coming. Oh my God. I'm thinking that we might go out for Christmas Eve. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. We're not there yet, so I haven't decided what I want to do for Christmas. We didn't really celebrate Thanksgiving, which is okay for me because, Thanksgiving is an American thing. Although some Filipinos practice it because they have had some influence with the Western culture, but, But some people do. And I don't blame them if they do. I mean, except, the traditional meal with the turkey and the mashed potatoes. I mean, that was the stuff I grew up on. I didn't even have cream corn. I didn't have, typical, Western culture diet, Yeah, 1 second here. Typical Western culture diet. So basically, what you see is what you get here. Some people say, how come you never go on camera? Well, I'm on camera now. I'm on camera now. Night on the town with your lady sounds nice. Yeah, we go out on Valentine's Day every year. But unfortunately, I really don't like their buffets. A lot of that food I don't really like. Okay. I'm moving around here. I always keep my blood moving all the time. And I'm kind of antsy, so deal with me. Face only a mother can love, huh? Well, compared to some people on here, I'm looking pretty damn good, if I say so myself. Look at Scotty boy. Jesus Christ, man. That dude's like, I don't know, late 40s or something, man. Scotty boy ain't looking that great, I can tell you that. He looks like a cartoon caricature, actually. Sorry, I ain't got my hair combed properly, brushed properly. But there you go. There's no Just for Men in there. I saw the guy 2 weeks ago. I already went in there today again to get another trim. Really short on the sides, the shortest he's ever done that for me. I said it grew again. He expected to be he expected to be in there. He did. He expected to be. I figured I was downtown. He was in, so I figured let me go in. Got my hair cut again. So I don't get it cut real short. Imagine me with a buzz cut. That might work for some people. I'm not a military type guy. I'm not into buzz cuts. Nah, with my European nose, that just wouldn't work. I look like Telly Savalas or something. Who loves you, baby? Who loves you, baby? Yeah. Oh, my numbers are varying from 26 to 11 to going back and forth on here. Numbers are going down, time of day. I know. Look, as I said, I don't schedule my shows. I don't schedule them. I just come on when I feel like I have something to talk about. I just want to kill some time before I watch some flicks or something, Got my belly full, got my hair cut, got some shit done, some Gcash done, whatever. My day is my day. Now, it belongs to me. The rest of my day belongs to me. Which reminds me, I really need to sanitize my chair. It's made out of a naga hide or some shit like that. I told you, I try to be very hygienic, which unlike a lot of people on here, they might find it very hard to do. I actually bathe, I shower twice a day. I don't walk around all sweetie, as my girlfriend said, sweetie. I say sweaty, she says sweetie. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I got a nice little upload on there of Trump. And if you just tuned in, it's funny. After this show, I suggest you go and find the most recent short that I put on there. And it's a really funny thing about Trump. So I'm going to encourage my viewers to go and see that after I conclude my live show. Not too much to talk about today. I haven't been really going through the channels. It's going to be the same shit anyway. Who's drinking? Who's trying to screw somebody over? Who's trying to do some clickbait? Competition with other vloggers. Worried more about algorithms than they're worried about their own health and life and their loneliness. You know, they say that we're all lonely if we come on YouTube. There's a certain amount of truth to that, coming from me. You may have a wife, girlfriend, family, but what's that? Do you think Barry would be belting out Metallica songs on the prison video key? No, more likely songs of remembrance, you know, dreams that didn't come true, the loss of his relationship, songs about freedom, and he'll be pushing the Trump card, of course, he'll be pushing the Trump card, but Trump lost, he's out of it. The guy's losing his monkey-ass mind. He's already lost it. The guy didn't even remember half the time what he says. He goes into some fucking rant that has nothing to do with maybe a question that a reporter puts in, but that was his way of also dodging the question. Rude bastard, calling reporters dumb and piggy and you're useless, you're a lousy reporter. Everything to him, if it don't go his way, is fake news. It's fake news. Everything is fake news if it don't go in his direction. No, Trump's going down. There's no question about it. That's why I'm smiling. Trump is going down. Wait till 2 weeks when they're going to release all these Epstein files. You know what he'll do? You know what politics do? Take a wild guess. When something bad is happening to a politician, they will create another scenario to get the people's mind off what is going to put him down, like euthanizing a dog. He'll declare war with somebody to get, you know, or he'll say, I am going to give that $2,000 tariff bonuses to the American people that he's been promising for so long. Oh yeah, we're going to be giving that money out. It's probably going to be like the middle of next year, in July, when the people need it right fucking now, motherfucker. God, why didn't that sniper get him? By that much. By that much. That much. Man, I don't normally wish it on anybody, but this is one guy that's had people killed to cover up the truth about what he's done with young kids, child trafficking, rape, fucking around with 14-year-olds with Epstein, big cover-up. But when the papers come out, any recent photos of Barry, he probably looks 100 by now. I don't know what he's looking. I don't know if he gained weight, lost weight. I don't care. I mean, you know, the scenario is such that I think, it's according. I don't know what his money source is because he can't be getting his Social Security disability. I'm thinking that what determines whether he gained a lot more with boy. You remember how much weight he gained the last time he was on camera with Brevis in Mandawi? That's going back a while now, right? See how much weight that son of a bitch gained? Holy shit, I thought he was going to explode like an overfed goldfish. I mean, this guy was like, holy cow. You know, cow, yeah. Now, if he gained a lot more weight, It could be because of inactivity. If he lost a lot of weight, it'd be because he's not eating right. He doesn't like rice, and all they feed there is soggy rice and some kind of crappy vegetables. He's not a big vegetable person. And on special days, fish heads or something like that. He don't really like fish. He don't. Or the boy could have been working out. Work it, work it. The boy could have been working out if they have a gym there. One time he mentioned on a comment, I got big biceps now. Well, let's see that. I'd love to see that. Big biceps and a small brain. Let's see your biceps. Like I said, I don't have huge biceps, but I have something. I have something. Better than fucking nothing. Be proud of the boy if he worked the weights. You got to do something with your time in there, man. I mean, that's exactly what I would do. I would put my time to good use. Guarantee it. I'd come out of there built like a fucking brick wall. Because all you have is time on your hands. Yeah. And he might be in there for a while. Like I said, immigration does whatever they want. Clint Danson says, the guards get the fish, the prisoners get the fish heads. I heard something on that. There might be some truth to that. There might be. I don't know for sure, but you might be right. But hey, like I said, this is my au natural. This is my natural hair color. It's 71 plus. Do you see my forehead with 100,000 fucking frown wrinkles? No, you don't. Very little. Very little. My mouth is not sunk in because I actually have teeth in my mouth. Teeth. I got teeth in my mouth. Bueno cano. Says rice, soup, and cola. And shabu, many expats make the time pass on the shabu diet. Well, there's plenty of that shit floating around there. You know, they want to put money to the guards. It's already known. I'm not talking about something taboo here. This is already known that the prison system here and everywhere else has this flow of illegal drugs coming through. That's all prisons. A lot of times they'll pay off the guards and stuff like that. Convicts, yeah. Well, yeah, I know what you meant, convicts. Yeah, he's actually considered a felon now, yeah. With that status, you don't get back into Philippines. You don't have to kill somebody to have a permanent blacklist. But if he was convicted, basically. He pleaded guilty. He's a felon. And not of the greatest degree for what he did, but no, he's a felon. He's a felon. That's what you call him now. Felons are not going to come back in this country, no matter how hard they try. They can get lawyers in America, it'd be very expensive process to try to make an appeal, to get back into the United States. He's got too much against him. Because not only was he convicted of his 5 cybercrime charges, but he also is a 7-year immigration overstayer. So the combination with that, he's not coming in. And the fact that he was in the news about holding a knife to a waitress who was trying to get the money back for the bar that he owed, and he claimed that he didn't, and he took out the knife to intimidate her. That was all over the news. Immigration has all that stuff. They got all that, brother. Fuck yeah, they do. He ain't never coming back here again, motherfucker. Now I gotta drink some water because I gotta keep hydrated. Hydrated, I'd say. Oh, I didn't take my C. Uh-oh. I gotta take my C with rose hips here. I got some watermelon left here too. I'm gonna make, yeah, hold on a second. My brethrens. It's my new one now. Yeah, we got another guy on here that wears sunglasses. He might have got it off me, and that's that creepy guy. What does he call himself? 1,000 milligrams here. Let me see. What does he call himself again? No, he's not Mr. Right. Oh, oh, Sticky Finger. Sticky Finger. I don't want to promo him, but Sticky Finger is the dude that's on here, and he wears glasses just like me. Kind of weird looking though. He's not as good looking as me. And he don't know what the hell to talk about. He's another one that claims he's got all this money. He's got a big old trucking business. But then he started complaining because he's in the States right now. First of all, he knocked up some chick. So he's trying to decide. He knocked up a chick in the Philippines. He's trying to decide whether he's going to bail out on her. What a nice gentleman. And he wants to come and live in the Philippines, right? No one wants to take responsibility. Nobody wants to say, look at Jay. Jay didn't take responsibility. Barry didn't take responsibility of his kids. That's what they do. Well, this guy claims all this, but then he's complaining that I can't afford the price of food in America. Well, wait a minute, didn't you just say you have a trucking business, another business, and endeavors, and you got all this money? They're all full of shit, man. They're all full of shit. They're all full of shit. Liars. Liars. Fucking liars, man. Why can't people just be real? You know, maybe people accept you as you are, you know? That would be an interesting concept. Try to be real in every fucking way. And maybe people will appreciate you more. But, see, the problem with that is, too, if you're like a decent dude, you know, and you be real, people will attack you for that, too. You see, I'm not afraid to go on camera. I come on camera. But I think the problem that they have is that they like bring out your fault if they could find it. Okay? But when you turn that around to them, they don't like what they see. They don't like what they see at all. And they get upset. They get their, you know, they get butt hurt. You know all the things that have been said about me? I'm not all butthurt about this. No, if I felt I needed to do something, I did. And I certainly did, didn't I? I'm a man of my word. I'm good for something. Being a man of my word. Yeah. But nevertheless, I'm probably going to watch a few movies, take care of whatever business I need to take care of this morning. I'm not in the house all the time, as some people might think. And as I said, I don't sit in a chair all morning. It ain't until late afternoon that I watch any movies. I keep active. I keep my blood flowing. I do a certain amount of exercise. No, I'm not trying to be a big, strong man or something like that. I exercise basically for heart health. I exercise resistance type mostly, just to keep a little bit of muscle tone so that, you know, as I age, I'm going to be able to pick up things, lift things. I'll be able to use my legs to, you know, in the process of lifting and for walking. I'm doing some of the basic stuff, basically. No, I'm no big strong man, and, you know, I'm not trying to win a strongman contest or nothing. I'm just trying to, you know, beat old age to a certain point where I want to make sure that as I get older, I can walk on my own, that my arms work, and I could lift things and grasp things and all that shit. Oh, look who's back. Hammer, I'm multitasking. I'm watching your stream while I watch another simultaneous. Who are you watching, man? That's dedication, watching two streams at the same time. Boy, you're a trooper, aren't you? A trooper with a pooper. And who are you watching now besides me? You're sharing your time with. And that's dedication. Oh, Cheap Charlie. I never watched Cheap Charlie. Is he really that cheap? Is that where he gets his name or what? Well, anyway, no, we've been on camera all morning here, actually. All morning. I was telling people I just got my hair trimmed again. Went out and ate some Parmesan, chicken Parmesan with the lovely, to say very lovely Gilda, just for lunch. And Showing them the true color of my hair, Mrs. Heminger. Two girls scissoring with the runs. Huh? I don't know what that means. But anyway, yeah, in the flesh. I don't know who all's been on today, because I've been kind of running around. Let's see, Frank, were you 59 when you first started vlogging? You could be right. Put it this way, if I go back, I've had an association with YouTube since 2014. How do I know that? Because it doesn't mean I was actually vlogging necessarily in 2014. It wasn't until into 2015 or so that I was really starting to vlog. I can't believe you were fighting PV back in the day, almost as a young guy. Hamish says, "Dang, time flies." Well, yeah, that's insane. You were like 58-ish. Yeah. Well, I've been on for a long time. People say, "Well, this guy don't even have any videos because I don't always leave him on." Who's complaining about that? That asshole, alcoholic, another fucking alcoholic. You know, Ray in the Philippines, another fucking loser. Drinking all the time, having guests that only drink. You're proud of that? I mean, you're seriously proud of that? I don't know, man. Dave was saying you were a octogenarian 10 years ago, I know. Yeah, I was an 80-year-old 10 years ago. I might live to be in my 80s. Probably, which is more I can say for him. Don't forget, Dave he's a really bad asthmatic. In fact, he's got to use a CPAP like Ricky every night. He had some badass allergies. He had kaleidoscope eyes, and ever since we started getting on his ass, and what did we call him? Crazy Eyes. Yeah, we had a name for him. We called him Crazy Eyes. He hated that, and that's from that point on, he stopped getting on camera. Remember that? No, I started that with Crazy Eyes. B-Bots didn't start that. No, I beg to differ. That phrase came from me. That came from me. It wasn't B-Bots. He had this kind of like kaleidoscope eyes, just really weird. And Dave would get mad so easily. It was so easy to trigger Dave. It was so easy to trigger him. It was funny. Now, let me tell you about Dave. Anything good about him? Dave is reasonably intelligent, worldly, but he thinks he's a know-it-all. That was his problem. And he really wasn't. He knew a lot about a lot of things, but very little about things that really mattered. Bueno Connor says, both those guys were drunk on that clip you showed us. Seems really pathetic. Oh, on Ray in the Philippines? Yeah. And the other guy admitted that he's a loser. No, he didn't say Ray was a loser. He said, this fucking guy, his woman left him. He didn't have no teeth. I'm toothless. I'm a bum. The guy, at least he was being honest about himself. You know? He was being honest. I'll give the guy credit when due. Nothing against the guy. Even though, you know, but he said that, you know, he's a guy that tried and lost, and something goes wrong, goes awry somewhere. But he admitted that. I give him kudos for admitting that. The other guy, Ray, he's a full-blown alcoholic. There's no question about that. Full-blown. I mean, you know. The only more alcoholic you could be would be Jay Stillman. Jay Stillman is a full-blast, full-blown, blown-out, low-class alcoholic. I think Jay's probably the biggest alcoholic on here, actually. I don't have any question about it. I'd say I'd be doubtful and be honest, but no, I don't have any question. Jay is the biggest alcoholic on YouTube. I'm not perfect, I smoke, but Jay, he'll smoke it down to the filter. He'll smoke chain. He'll chain smoke. And I gotta hook this up to the charger if I expect to be on too much longer. I'm going in the boudoir, which I have to go off the camera here because I don't want Gilda on camera. I'll put her on when I want to put her on, when I feel I need to. But that's about it. I'm going to hook this to the charger. 2% battery, that's pretty bad. What's that? How do you find these channels? I said, you have a talent for finding talentless YouTubers. They just come to my feed somehow, I don't know. No, Frank, you called him kaleidoscope eyes. I called them both. No, I called Dave Phelps both crazy eyes and kaleidoscope eyes. I called them actually both. Oh, my dear. That was a good Parmesan, right? Chicken Parmesan, baby. Only the best for you, Gilda. Only the best for you. The best of the best of the best. Not on camera.
Trolls mana hamaji.
Trolls? What do you think they are? They're all trolls. Who do you think comes to my channel? Trolls. If I didn't have trolls, I wouldn't have any viewers. Well, I get the entertainment value for them anyway, for their money. Yeah, Dave was a weird dude, man. You know what? I have a feeling Dave has been in the Philippines all this time. I think he went back to work, and I think when the COVID situation came, he was probably out of work, him and his wife, and they had to scale down. Probably borrowed some money from his daddy, which he normally does, and he's probably been in the Philippines. And why do I think that? Well, for the reasons I just stated, but also because she has family in the Philippines, and she's would like to be around her family. B-Boss was saying he didn't think he would watch your channel to get it from you. Hamager says, no, Dave did something to his wife's cousin, so he can't go back. No, I think it was his wife's niece, if that's what you're referring to. It was the niece. The controversy was about the niece. And I'm not going to get into full details on there, but something was going down. And we haven't all figured it out yet, but all of a sudden Dave said he's got to get a lawyer. And next thing you know, his niece's family got a lawyer on him. So you could conclude from this, or whatever you want to conclude. You could take away with this, whatever you want to take away. Something transpired. I mean, we don't have it in black and white. But something actually went down because all of a sudden, don't forget, he was taking care of her there. He was taking care of her there. She was living there. Something went awry. Something went sour. Something went down where she got upset with him and went to her parents. And, a big to-do happened. And he had to get a lawyer. And her parents, her family, had to get a lawyer. So, deduct. No, this is something his wife's cousin. Niece, right, niece, not cousin. So I don't know the real story on that. I'll be honest with you. I don't know the real story on that. But it sounds very suspicious to me. Then let's move on with that, because what happened was that Dave went and moved from the house. Now listen to this, okay? Dave went out from the house he was renting to a small, practically studio apartment away from where he lived, which had security. So he got in trouble with something. He was likely trying to hide from the family, on top of other YouTubers and or Muslims that he pissed off. That's why he moved there temporarily, to get out of that place, because something was going down. He didn't want to be found. Everybody got skeletons in their closet, and he sure had a bunch. That's after that, he moved out of there and went back to Texas. So something went down, and I don't care what the fucking trolls say. They know the story. Some of them might know the real story. Aloe may know the real story. Popeye might know the real story. But the general consensus is that something went down. It involved the niece, obviously, because her family had to get a lawyer. That's all factual. And what went down, we really don't know. You can make your own conclusions on this. I'm not going to make one, although I had a suspicion of what went down, but it's not exactly legal to talk about, so I won't. All I can say is that it was awfully suspicious to me how that happened involving the niece. Something went down between him and the niece. That would not have been happening, right? I mean, you don't go for an MRI like, the Trump thing. He doesn't know why he got an MRI, what they were looking for. You don't go get an MRI unless you suspect something happening. The same thing is you don't get a lawyer unless something's happening to you or you're getting it against somebody else. In his case, he had to get a lawyer to defend himself, and she initially got a lawyer, her family, against him, where he had to go get a lawyer. So you make of this whatever you want to make of. I don't care either way. And that's why he left the country. But I have a strong suspicion that he has not only been back in this country, he goes under a troll name on here. He's been back in this country for a long time. And when he was able to leave Texas to go back into the Philippines, I think he took advantage of it when the COVID was over and the Philippines was accepting people back in. And I'm sure he's not moving anywhere near anything to do with his niece's family. Far away. That's why he's keeping dark. He don't want anybody, trolls, enemies, family, to know where he is. That is my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm not wrong that often. They're all hiding from something or somebody or the law or whatever. And that's what makes up our YouTube community. A bunch of creeps, a bunch of losers, a bunch of obese people, a bunch of alcoholics, a bunch of psychotropic circus clowns. That's our YouTube genre. And some love it. They love everything about it. Free entertainment, except paying for your internet to see this stuff. Of course, that's all my opinion. All my opinion. And how much of a liars these people are on YouTube. Fucking Mick Fisher came up with a story that, oh yeah, that second time or whatever, he met up with me. Well, he met up with me. He came down with somebody and she had all these papers. I swear on all that's good. That's why it makes him a fucking liar. I swear on all that's good in the world and all that's important to me. He said a statement on somebody's show. I read it or heard it. I think he might have been talking live at the time on a StreamYard. One way or the other, but it came out. He said that he had this girl. She came with paperwork in hand that if I would drop Barry's case, that they would pay me 1,000,000 pesos, which is about $18,000 approximately, but I'd have to sign an affidavit. That's what he said. Then when it was mentioned on here, the liar came back and said, I've never said that. What a lying, they're all fucking sick on here, man. They all got something to hide. They all got their own fucking set of personal problems, but they all have this attitude that I got more money than you. I'm better than you. In other words, Trump mentality type of shit. Trump mentality. But go watch my, I got to get off. Go watch my short I put on Trump. It's kind of funny. They did like a caricature of him. It's worthwhile watching. So go and check that out. Give me a thumbs up on there if you will. I thought it was kind of funny. I'll leave that on. Okay, it's been good talking to you folks. Good talking to you folks. I'm gonna settle down here and see if I can find some good movies in my little air-conditioned room with my lovely lady, my stepson, and my 2 loving dogs, and continue my family life. Indeed. And what can I add to this before I go? I always have some kind of a closing statement. I'm trying to think. Okay, if you're going to become a YouTuber, do it with caution. Approach with caution. Because there's always going to be somebody out there that don't like you. And they may not even know they don't even know why they don't like you, except that somebody said something about you. Trying to paint a picture, an unfinished picture, really. A portrait not completed. They run out of paint, they run out of ideas, but all they can do is knock you. Everything on here is hearsay or just pure bullshit, out and out lies. And people are covering for themselves what their lifestyle is really like. It's not what they want to show you on camera. They're always so-called living the good life. They never get in trouble. They don't have no legal problems. Oh, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. You gotta either love it or you're crazy. Must be those vitamins. Even he said that. And as I said, this is the natural color. Excuse me, it ain't brushed back. Pardon me, but it's not brushed back. But this is the normal color of my hair without any just for men that the men use all the time for hair coloring. There's nothing in there. Hasn't been anything there for a month and a half, 2 months. So what you see is what you get. I'm not all silvered out like Paul in the Philippines and all these grizzly looking bastards out there and the ones that don't even have hair. Don't even have hair. Even got my teeth, you know. But they say I don't have any teeth, they're all gnarly, you know. They're not gnarly. They're capped. Spent a lot of money. I reckon we're going to try to get some lemons. If there's any on a tree down the block here. Little rake here. Do 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 boo. Try to see if there's any lemons on that tree.
Yeah, a lot of people get in there after them.
Yeah. I want to check it out. So we run out of lemons. There's a tree right here, green, whatever, but sometimes you got to find it way up. And you seen anything here? You want to give that a little whirl? Sure.
How many? Two, three.
So many.
No, not many.
Not many. Now, let's see if we can get off here.
So many ants.
Okay, that's one.
So many
It's
ants.
perfectly fine, man. I can smell it already. My goodness.
There's the ants. Yeah.
Oh, watch the ants. We don't want... Where did that go?
Get off.
And over here? Watch out. I don't want ants on my head.
Get that.
Okay, here we go.
How many that?
Ah, we got two here. It's one for my tea, baby. Look at that. Okay, I see more up there. Right down the block. Oh, 3, 4, 5, what? Should have brought a basket.
No, not many. Oy,
These 3 fell off. Two or 3 just fell off here.
Enough. One more.
Well, 3 is enough for now, unless somebody in the corn community wants to pick them up. But I don't want to leave the ones that fell. And where's the other one? Here's another one. Okay, hold on. There we go. Here we go.
Try.
I know it fell out of my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. It's enough
Oh,
for
I can
you.
smell this.
It's enough the 4 or more.
For now.
Huh?
For now.
Sige, paak na ko, be. Okay.
Got a lot more on there, huh?
Yeah.
She's right down the block from me. Look at that. Didn't have to go very far for that. And I'm spending 20 pesos on a lemon in the store. Oh, let's get real. Mother Nature right there. The lemon store is about 100 feet from my house. Look at that. I don't know if you want to call these limes because they're green. Or they just haven't turned yellow. I got 4 of them. There's more there. There's more. Talking to my neighbor. There's actually more.
Enough that one right for today.
I put that in my tea every morning. Lemon, yeah.
So many lilies.
Oh, you're back. Oh, you're enjoying yourself on his electric bike, huh? That's your little spot?
That other white dog gets around here, his head's getting a lot straighter.
What's getting straighter?
The other dog.
Oh, I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's just here this morning there, and his head's getting much straighter.
His head's getting straighter, the other one?
Yeah.
The other dog, the tan dog that comes around here, he had a neurological condition or something. Oh, turning his head to the side. Is he all skin and bones or what?
Yeah, probably still the same.
I don't know how old this one is. This one seems pretty aged. Aged. Oh, okay. No, I ain't got nothing for you right now. I don't have anything for you. No, not the moment. Oh, okay, yeah, because I haven't seen the other one. Yeah. Okay. All right, doggy doggy. And it was your birthday too or something recently?
Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
Oh, well, happy birthday. What are you now?
74.
74?
5.
75? 75 is still alive. You're doing good. That's what I always say, man.
Doing well.
All right. All right, good deal. Whoops. Pick up this lemons. I got it in my pocket, too. All right. All right. Got some lemon for my tea. Ah, Mother Nature. Mother Nature provides. And all that trees you see over there, guess what? They're all mangoes. They're all mangoes. Not supposed to be touching on somebody's land, but somebody just acquired it. Oh, I bought the land. Let me just tell you the truth. Okay. Okay. Let's go back inside here, and it's hard to manipulate things when I got a camera in my hand. And okay, there we go. 4 extra lemons here. Go to town with this baby. Jawohl. And you know, we got leftover Parmesan from our lunch that we had today. And get myself a dish. I'm just going to pick on this tonight. No need to cook anything because I could heat this puppy up, though, yeah. Okay. What's in this magical box? Ah, there we go. They're creative. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And this is a very heavy garlicked toasted bread. Cut it in half, put in there, make a sandwich. Hell, I don't need much. She could have the other half of this if she really wants. Oh, look at that. Look at the garlic on there, man. Look at the garlic. Oh my goodness. Ah. Look at that. I'm going to heat this puppy up ever so slightly. And we're going to have myself a meal. So made my lunch spread to a dinner. Nothing big and elaborate, because I don't need anything big and elaborate. A good old chicken parmesan, baby. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Eating good in the hood. Let's see, we don't even need that long. Let's see. Well, the bread don't need more than that. And okay, and the Parmesan is heated up, so... Ooh. Looky here, looky here, looky here. Looky here. That's all, folks.
Dual citizenship in the US. If you haven't heard the news, it's called the Exclusive Citizenship Act of 2025, and it was just introduced by Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno. The core proposal is to ban anyone from simultaneously holding US citizenship and citizenship from another country. So today we're going to break down the full details of the bill and how it could impact expats living overseas. Let's dive in. So let's start with a bit of background here. What exactly is the US government's stance on dual citizenship? Right now, at least, US law does not prohibit having two citizenships. The government simply recognizes that it can occur through events like birth, marriage, descent, or naturalization in another country.
Now, what next, man? What next? Well, somebody put that President Trump out of his misery and out of U.S. citizens' misery. Now, I put up a little upload. I think it's on now. It's just an excerpt of a podcast from some kind of reporter who is claiming that you need to be worried about your dual citizenship if it applies to you, your children, and the other members of your family, because they're now trying to pass this law. I mean, Trump's interference again. Somebody put this guy out of his misery, please. Well, that doesn't affect me, but it might affect some of y'all out there. Wait for a few people to join the... Well, I got 5. Counts for something. Sorry, you're going to hear a movie in the background. I'm kind of watching that, and it's not very exciting, but I'm doing a show over here. So, God, despite everything this guy is doing, he's causing more trouble with Mexico, Venezuela. I can't even keep up with. There's so much news about Trump screwing up at press conferences, yelling at people, calling them horrible names. You voted for him. You know who you are. We'll do a time check for Florida. Oh, for Popeye, you mean? They still got that Frank Battaglia replay channel that I have not gone to that. I don't even try, actually. Okay, we got enough people in here. Yeah, I just put up a little upload on there. Maybe you want to check it out. And if you want to see the whole podcast of what it's all about, you could look at the author's name on there and just go directly to that. So what's going on is that apparently they're going to start fucking with people's dual citizenship. So, you're right to go, Frank. Well, thank you, Colin Coops. Trump is fucking with everybody's lives on U.S. soil and beyond. Sorry that Trump has been such a topic with me, and I'm definitely not political, but when it comes to this guy, personally, I can't even stand his voice anymore. Let his age take him or something. Let whatever metabolic illnesses he has, let it take place. He's been trying to hide, but not very well. Let the Epstein tapes come out in full. But you see, there's a lot of people afraid, just like they're intimidated by certain YouTubers on here. They're afraid to tell how they really feel. There's a lot of people who love my channel, but they're always afraid of being attacked. They don't want to be independent of their thoughts, you know. But with Trump, they fear him because of his money and his power. The fact he's having people killed, having people fired. It's never ending, man. It's never ending. Well, apparently people don't like my topic matter. Okay, so whatever. Because I'm not talking about a particular YouTuber. Ah, now I see. Of course. I figured that out all on myself. All on my own. But I will continue. I will continue. That's too much power for a president to have, and he has to put people in fear all the time. Anyway, the topic matter was if you have yourself or anybody in your family or friends that have dual citizenship, they might want to be concerned about it, because I just go to my short I put up, and there's a podcaster there talking about it. It has to do with a senator from Virginia or something who proposed this or got this into legislation or something. Trump wants to interfere with just about everything. So you might want to be concerned if you're going to try to get your woman over to America, whatever you want to do, trying to get her dual citizenship or trying to get yourself dual citizenship, you just might be concerned. You might. So I would check into this. Don't go by what I say. I got this from some kind of podcast about 20 minutes back. And, oh man. I'm sorry. When it comes to Trump, there's so much to say and not enough time to do it, really. Nobody wants to live in the United States anymore. Let's face it, it's over. All the people that want to go to the United States to work, for example, because they pay more money. Okay, I get it. But it doesn't balance out. It doesn't balance out because the price of everything and lodging and everything is so expensive. They would have to stay with a family, a Filipino family or relative. That's their only option. Because they're not going to work for the wages in America and expect to be able to save or come home with any money. Now you have to pay ridiculously high rent, food expenses, and all that crap. It's not working out anymore. I think they're going to have to choose countries. Or they'll probably have to go to Canada and make that a choice instead of America. Let's face it, folks, America died. Burn your MAGA hats, because they're no good anymore. I know a lot of you are pissed off at here, and you're pissed off at me talking about your famous MAGA and the beloved president that you voted for, who's now turning your world upside down. Like I said, I told you so. I definitely told you so. You're telling me that you're poop and you're having a nap. Too much information. Anyway, I am in the midst of watching a movie, so I wasn't planning on this being very long. But I just heard this about 20 minutes ago. And I'm saying there's a lot of people that are going to be in a really bad situation. Those that work so hard to get dual citizenship between, Philippines and America. I don't know. That sniper missed by this much. This much. I hate to be cruel, but in a situation like this guy, he needs to be gone, period. And I don't care if you're not living in the United States. He needs to be gone. He's almost 80. But there's good news because he's hiding numerous health problems. It'll eventually come out. People see it. They see the big red kind of Venus stain on his hand. Other factors that they've noticed with him is slurred speech, his forgetfulness, and the list goes on. Why are you retracting your message? Don't come on here and retract your messages. Sorry, we'll have to get rid of you too. That's less people watching. That's okay. Don't come on here and put messages on and then delete them. Why did you put them in the first place? Now you can go attack me on another channel. Isn't that how that works? Knock yourself out. I don't have much patience for crap anymore because I really don't care about my time on YouTube here. I really don't give a shit. I don't benefit from this at all. It's my audience that benefits from here, and you know goddamn well you do. You know goddamn well you do. But anyway, my movie's a little important than doing a show on dual citizenship. That's the least of my concerns at the moment. Certainly is. So, I don't even go into discuss it any further. It's just, if you have a concern about it, I'm just letting you know, giving you a heads up on this. And you might want to check into your situation, or if you have plans for dual citizenship. If your loved one, girlfriend, wife, whatever, child had plans for dual citizenship, or presently does, well, you might just want to look into it just a little more intensely. I don't believe everything I hear on the internet, but it seemed legitimate to me. And would I be surprised at all this, considering Trump, how he's coming down on immigration? Well,